Okay, Council, your next witness.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Commissioners, I recall Mr. Mamadou Sabally. You said any last name as well? Mr. Sabally, when you last came, you were assisting the Commission on the issue of the two ferries.
Yes.
Kansala and Aljamdu, and the signing or the opening of bank accounts in Greece, of which you and Mr. Toure were the signatories, and you did indicate that you might have some documents. I believe. What do you have to assist the Commission?
Yes, as I said in my previous appearance, I had some documentation in my email, and I happen to have found one particular attachment emailed to me by a subordinate when I was at Finance. And in this document...
Sorry, emailed to you by?
One of my subordinates when I was at Finance.
Who was this subordinate?
It was Adam Angom.
That's a male or female?
Female.
Female.
Yes.
And she worked at the Ministry of Finance?
Yes, she was under my directorate then.
All right. In what capacity?
She was a principal fiscal officer at the time.
And you were the director of?
I was director of budget then.
Budget, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
The document here, which appears to have been a memo originated by Mr. Guy, who was head of our team that went to Greece at the time. It has a paragraph that makes reference to a document that appears to have been the authority granting me the permission to be a signatory to the account. And
that appears?
That appears, yes.
Why appears? You don't know whether it granted you authority to be signatory or not?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
If you would allow me, I would read the paragraph concerned.
Right.
Perhaps you'd understand better why I'm being careful with my language.
All right. Because this is an email sent to you.
Yes.
What is the email address? What's the email address of the sender?
I don't have it offhand. I would have to...
Doesn't it appear on the email?
No, this is an attachment to the email sent.
You don't have the email itself?
Well, the email, it just sent an attachment referring me to the attachment, but I can forward the email to any relevant email address you may wish to provide just to authenticate.
Do you have that email? That's what I'm saying.
It's in my email, yes, it's in my mailbox.
We would require that you print out the email since it's an attachment. Is it signed? Is it a PDF document?
Yeah.
Is it signed?
It's not signed.
Okay. Right. I think we would require that you provide the email so that and attach the document to the email, since it's a document emanating from yourself. At least that's what you're explaining to the Commission.
Yes.
What do you want to tell us about the document? Then I'll to assist in determining whether I should apply to have it admitted at this stage. What do you want to draw attention to in the document?
I'm drawing your attention to a power of attorney referenced in this document emanating from the Office of the President that authorized me and Keba Toure, Honorable Keba Toure, to be signatories to that account. And there's a reference number here which I believe should be traceable at the records of the Office of the President.
Very well. Very well. Give us the reference number.
The reference is OP 283/4/376/01/part PART, all in capital letters, space XY1, open bracket 34_MSY, close brackets. And the power of attorney is dated 3rd March 2011.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sabally. Is that all you want to draw to our attention from that document?
Yes.
All right. Then I suppose the email then forwarding it is not that significant. We have the reference. Do you have any other documents that you would like, you think might assist us in our investigation of this matter?
Well, I have quite a number of them, so I decided to print a few email correspondences that have relevance to payments, and one of the minutes of the committee that was also emailed to. This was a committee responsible for the process of acquiring the ferries.
Why do you call them relevant?
Sorry?
Why do you call them relevant? Tell us what these emails are about and how they help their commission.
Well, for me, the commission appeared to have been questioning what authority did, where did my authorities emanate for the transactions I was involved in. And I did tell the commission that everything we did was witnessed, quote unquote, by Mustafa Yabo, who was at the time permanent secretary at the Office of the President. And all the email correspondences regarding these matters were copied to him.
The emails are between who and who?
Between myself, Hali Abdoulaye Gaye, Abdoulaye Tambedu, then at the ports, Keba Toure, and the Greeks.
Okay. So basically you're saying that all these emails that you have show your authority. Is that why you want to have them admitted? Do you want to have them admitted, these documents?
Well, if the commission deems it so, I just wanted to bring them to light to show that whatever I did at the point, I was not acting alone, and there was some kind of supervisory authority over me at the time.
You know, Mr. Sabally, as a witness, you cannot outguess the commission. You have been invited to assist the commission. If you have anything that you think would be helpful in terms of understanding your role in this matter, just explain to the commission that in the words that you have used without the appearing and the commission deeming it necessary. Just tell us what you... Well, last time you were here, you did indicate, and I did ask you questions, and you said you might have some documents that would shed light on your role.
Yes.
So you want those documents to be admitted because they would shed light on the role that you played in this matter.
Very well.
Very well. Can you put them together in a logical order, and then we will apply to have them admitted on that basis?
I have the documents here.
Okay, thank you very much. And these are, just tell us what they are. These are emails from what date to what date and what else?
Emails from 9th March 2011 to 29th July 2011.
Between yourself and who?
Between myself, Mustafa Yabo, Hali Gai, Keba Toure, and Mr. Galanakis, who was the head of our counterparts in Greece.
Of the Gallia Holdings Company
Gallia
Limited.
Holdings, yes.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll have them. Mr. Sabally, you became Secretary General.
Yes.
Whilst this matter was still pending, which is still pending
Yes.
arbitration. Did you play any other role in this whole saga, after you left the Ministry of Finance?
Yeah, when I was going through my emails, I saw that Mr. Galanakis did email me when I was Secretary General, and I did respond to his email to the effect that we were trying to make sure the matter is resolved amicably.
It appears, at least from the evidence that has been adduced before this commission so far, that the main issue relating to these ferries was of a technical nature. That's why they could not work, whether one accepts the reasons that have been proffered by different witnesses or not. Were you at any time aware of this issue?
Yes, I was.
Yes.
Because we did hold meetings in Banjul after the ferries came regarding the construction of slipways that the ferries could use to dock at the crossing points. And the committee then tried to resolve it, but I think cost issues came into play, and the Greeks at the time were trying to renege from any responsibility regarding the costs involved in the construction of slipways. And going through the documentation, I find out some of their proposals were actually ridiculous, like having floating slipways for the ferries to use.
Why did you think that it was ridiculous?
No, because if you are aware, like I am, of the situation of passengers crossing from Banjul to Bara, having slipways that would be floating, it doesn't make sense to me.
Was any technical advice sought on this issue?
Yes, we did invite GAMEX, Mr. Idinjai. The committee did invite him to proffer advice, and I think at some point a consideration was made actually to hire him as a consultant regarding this. So technical advice was definitely sought.
Okay, are you saying that it was also his opinion that floating slipways was not feasible?
I don't remember what his take was, but at least some of us in the committee definitely thought floating slipways did not make sense.
All right. Thank you very much. Did you have any involvement in GFFI? In? Gambia Food and Feed.
No.
Industries.
No.
Thank you. Or CONAPRO. That is the CONAPRO.
No. When the whole thing was being implemented, I was not involved, but I remember the former president did express concern at some point after the fact, after the whole thing was established, mentioning the need for an audit of the whole project, and I know he was not happy in the end.
That was when you were Secretary General?
Yes, but that was when the project was already implemented.
Did you order an audit?
I don't remember actually.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted documents produced by the witness comprising emails concerning the joint venture agreement between Gambia government and Gallia Holdings Limited, exchange between himself and officers at the Ports Authority and the Office of the President.